beautiful friends. Okay, so in my quest to keep us above board and with all this, it's seeming tumult coming every single day, the last thing we need to deal with is misinformation. So let's keep it real. Let's keep it alive. Let's keep it truthful. So here we go. Let's talk about fentanyl, okay? Here is the truth about fentanyl. First of all, the tariffs have absolutely nothing to do with fighting fentanyl, and that is the truth. First of all, Canada has less than 1% of fentanyl coming through the Canadian border, okay? So we'll leave that to the side. That's a straight up lie that fentanyl is a problem coming through the border. Is any amount of fentanyl a problem? Yes, but you need to fight it where you can, the most amount is coming through, right? So to blame Canada for fentanyl is just extremely inaccurate, unhelpful, and a big lie because 100,000 of our young, mostly young men in this country die of fentanyl. And it's not just kids that are drug addicts or a problem with drug issues. It's accidental fentanyl inhalation through something they thought was innocent or was not a big deal, looks like something like an aspirin or something, and all of a sudden it has fentanyl in it. So it's a problem. It's killing our children, and it should not be used as a political tool, which is why I'm showing up to call out this lie in particular. So now, what you're looking at here is the Canadian border. So I want to take you all back to, I guess, about a year ago. There was I should look this up, sorry, but there was a senator in, I think he was from Alabama, Republican senator, that came up with a border bill that included all sorts of extra, help, ICE agents, and fentanyl machines, multi-million-dollar fentanyl machines that would be able to detect the smallest amounts of fentanyl. And if you know anything about fentanyl, the smallest amount, salt size, can be the difference between life and death. So the fact that these multi-million-dollar machines would be involved in this border bill was a great thing to crack down on fentanyl because most of the fentanyl coming over our border is coming over the Mexican border, and unfortunately by white people bringing it over the border. So, like, let's face it, white people might not be as liable to be checked at the border coming back into America. That's just the truth. And so they're able to get in with it a lot easier. Well, these fentanyl machines would catch that. So if they weren't stopped when they went through, it would still detect fentanyl and we would save lives. That's the truth. So what you're looking at right now are fentanyl machines that are sitting at the border currently that are not even turned on. Okay, please take a breath with me. Okay? All these lies about putting tariffs on our Canadian allies, on our Mexican allies, not only makes us unsafe at home, it makes us unsafe around the world because we seem to be destabilizing our allies, which whenever is that good? Never. In any case, let's go back to the lie being spread about fentanyl. These machines are at the border currently. When they first came out with this bill, Biden was getting hammered for not doing anything on the border. So the Dems all got on board with this really strict border bill with the fentanyl machines that the GOP had come up with and was, written by a GOP Republican senator, brought this bill up. The Dems signed on to it, okay? About that point, Trump called up MAGA Mike and said, you all need to kill the bill that we just put together in Congress, that the Republicans put together to help the border. You need to kill that bill until I get elected because I'm going to run on the fear of immigrants and drugs coming over the border and we can't fix it. Now that is the truth, the absolute truth. Go back and look for yourself. Google the senator that brought up the bill and Google why it was killed. It was not the Democrats. It was not the Republicans. It was Trump. But then the Republicans did what he said. So currently, because that bill was never funded, we have multi-million-dollar fentanyl machines sitting at the border that are not turned on. That's the truth. Down with the lies, up with truth. Only with truth can we be free. Now, let's just move on to the tariffs against Canada. As I've said, it's a complete and utter lie. In fact, it's an abomination that we have 100,000 of our children dying, and this is being used as a political tool. And once again, it's a lie, okay? Fentanyl is not coming over the Canadian border in any huge amount. Canada is not doing its job. So here's where I'm going to let you mega people that might be listening explain to me how the tariffs are going to help us, because all the economists that I listened to and all the economy classes I took back in college, I cannot figure out in any way how these tariffs are good for the American people, because we're going to pay them and we're angering our allies. So if you all can tell me why you think these tariffs are in any way good, I am open to hearing them. Because I'm not a tariff expert. And again, I open the floor to you in this, but please join me in not letting the lies live that Trump is currently saying about fentanyl and Canada. So, my friends, please join me in keeping on the light side of the truth, at least, because it's going to be a difficult administration. A lot of crisis and tumult is going on, and worse, a lot of lies, a lot of misinformation, and a lot of lies. And we all just got to stand together and stand for the truth, because only then can we make good decisions for ourselves, for our family, for our country, for our world. Please join me in not accepting lies in our world and finding the truth when we can find the absolute truth or the closest to it. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, and I hope this clear up for you what's actually going on with the big tariff lie connected to fentanyl. And I might say at this point, call your senators, call your representatives, GOP or Democrat, and tell them to turn on the fentanyl machines, because it is a dire issue that is hurting our children. Thank you very much, and I'm wishing you a really beautiful day.